Are you struggling to come up with a kick-ass topic for your new online course? I get it. You want to make sure that you pick the right topic before you start investing time and energy and money into creating your new course. No worries, I've got your back. In this video, I walk you through my 3-step process to ensure that your course idea has the potential to be a money-making machine. And stick until the end, because that's when I give you my tips to find out if people are actually willing to swipe their credit card and buy your course. Because there's nothing worse than launching your course, hoping to make a ton of sales, being all excited, and then what you get is crickets. Before we move on, I want to be super clear about something that new course creators often confuse. Finding the perfect course ID and validating that ID are not the same thing at all, but they are often confused when people talk about validating a course topic. So, to recap, finding the perfect course topic equals answering the question, what are people struggling with? Validating the perfect course topic equals answering the question, will people pay for my solution to their struggle? And you are in luck, because by the end of this video, you will know how to answer these two questions, and you will know how to find out if your new course has the potential to be profitable before you put in the hard work. So let's do this. Step 1, what are people struggling with? I'm sure you have heard this before. Understanding your audience, their unmet needs, their desires, their pain point is the cornerstone of any profitable digital course. But where can you find that information? How can you find out what they are struggling with? I'm going to share with you my go-to tactics and places to gather insight from a variety of sources that are free and easily accessible so you can find out what people are struggling with. First, interviews. Conduct Zoom interviews with your potential customers or past customers and ask them open-ended questions to get their feedback. This one-on-one interaction is my #1 tactic to gather valuable information. So, which questions to ask? Well, I have a few suggestions for you. What have you tried before? How did it work? Why do you think it didn't work? In your opinion, if you could narrow it down to one problem, what would that be? What is your ultimate goal, and what is keeping you from reaching that goal? Here comes an online course secret for you. You are trying to not only find out what the problems of your audience are, but you are also trying to find out what is preventing them from reaching their goal. What are their objections? Here is a simple example for you. Let's assume that your potential client wants to lose weight, but they don't have the time to cook at home during the week, or they are too tired to exercise at night after their work. Being unable to cook at home or to exercise at night because they are just too tired are objections, obstacles, preventing them from reaching their goals. And this information is super important because you are going to create content in your future course to overcome those very specific objections. That will make your course irresistible, a no-brainer. Second, we have the Facebook groups. This is another favorite tactic of mine to find relevant information about my target audience. You identify Facebook groups related to your niche and you explore the discussions inside. I can't tell you how many times I've scoured the discussions inside Facebook groups and found gold nuggets. You can find out what people are struggling with and also how they talk about their problems. This is very important. Here is another insider tip coming. Copy the words that people are using to describe their struggles in your marketing messaging when it's time to sell your course. Because when you are using their language, they resonate way more and they connect way more with you and your products. Third, surveys. If you already have an audience or maybe you have subscribers on your newsletter, you could create and distribute surveys to your email list and social media followers. This way, you gather their feedback on the problems and the challenges that they are facing. This is also a good way to get their opinion about a new specific course or a new service that you are thinking about creating. So it could simply look like, hey, I'm thinking about creating a mini course to help you lose weight. Is this something that you would be interested in? Let me know in the comments or reply to this email. 4. Google keyword search. Here is another great way to find out what people are struggling with by taking advantage of the suggestion that Google gives you when you enter a keyword or a string of keywords in the search bar. Let me show you an example. In the Google search bar of my computer, I'm going to enter the question, how to build an online course. The first thing that you are going to see in a drop-down menu is a bunch of suggestions starting with the words that you have typed in. Next, when you scroll down through the results of your search, you will notice the People Also Ask sections, which gives you another list with questions that people are asking related to your initial search. And then when you scroll even further down that page, you will see the related search section with even more suggestions closely related to the topic you entered. So you see, a simple Google search can give you insights into what people are looking for. And by combining these 4 strategies, you will be able to uncover what your audience is struggling with and their objections. What is preventing them from reaching their goal? This is the first step of the process. Step 2, find the gap in the market and position yourself so you will be unique. Hopefully by now you have a pretty good idea about which problem you are going to solve for people in your new course. But that's not enough. Now it's time to spy on your direct competitors in your niche. Don't take it wrong, it's not to copy them, but on the contrary, you want to create something that is totally new and unique and different, something that hasn't been done before. This step is so important and I want you to spend some time here, because here is another online course secret. The perfect course topic lies at the intersection of your audience pain points and the gap in the current offerings. So let that sink in for a moment. The perfect course topic lies at the intersection of your audience pain points and the gap in the current offerings. So your job here is to look for existing courses in your niche, analyze their content from what you can gather on their sales page, their pricing structure, and the reviews they got. Your goal is to uncover gaps in the market where the needs of your ideal audience are not met. When you find such a gap, bingo, that's a moneymaker for you. But don't think that you have to reinvent the wheel, though, to come up with a unique course offer. To continue with the example of the weight loss program, you don't have to come up with, let's say, a whole new way to lose weight. What might be unique about your weight loss offer is the format in which you deliver the information. For example, you create a weekender course instead of a 3-month boot camp like your competitors do, so people can quickly learn the pillars of your weight loss program in a weekend. It could also be the support that you offer. You could provide weekly office hours on Zoom, during which people can just hop on and ask you any questions related to the course, or you could even create a Slack channel where they can ask you quick questions anytime. It could also be in the way that you overcome their objections. For example, you could create hands-on tutorials to help people batch cook their meals for the week, or how to incorporate movement during the day so they don't have to do it at night when they're tired. Alright, so now that you have found a course topic that has the potential to be super successful, there's one more step to take. Step 3, Will people pay for your unique solution to their problem? The work you have done in the previous 2 steps has given you a pretty good idea about your target audience, what they're looking for, what they're struggling with, what are their objections, what is preventing them from reaching their goals, and whether some of their needs have not been addressed by your competitors. This information in and of itself is already very valuable. Now let's make sure that people are actually willing to pay for the unique solution that you are offering to solve their problem. But how can you do that? I've got 3 strategies coming for you. 1, you could sell your ID or service in a live one-on-one format, such as coaching or consulting. This way, you get to work closely with your customers and understand their needs, their challenges, and their goals, and you quickly have the confirmation that they are willing to pay for your solution to their problem. You could also host a low-cost webinar around your course topic. So here you want to create a webinar covering some of your future course content and sell it at a low cost to your audience. Then you monitor the engagement that you receive, how many people sign up for your training, and you collect the feedback that you get from your attendees. This will be premium information to create your course content later. You could also pre-sell your offer. So here, instead of building your entire course upfront, you only build a basic version of your course. It could be the first module, for example, and you test it with a small group of users. But be very upfront with them and let them know that you only have the first module ready and that the rest of the content will be released at a later date. You get their feedback on what you have already created and you see if there is an interest for a bigger course. By pre-selling the first module of your course, you can determine whether there is enough demand and interest to justify the effort and the resources needed to create and produce the full course. With these 3 validating strategies, there's no more gambling with your time and expertise. You will be able to determine if there is a real demand for your course and if people are willing to pay for the knowledge that you are eager to share. And there you have it, my 3-step process to create an online course that provides real value to your audience and generates significant revenue for your business. So my question to you, are you in the process of building your first online course? Did you follow these steps to find a kick-ass topic? Let me know in the comments.